All right, welcome to a Deck Tech here. My name is Corey Baumeister, and I am joined today by a Hall of Famer, Seth Manfield. How you doing today, Seth?
I'm kind of pumped to play this Alchemy deck right now.
Yeah, this is the most Seth Manfield Alchemy deck I've ever seen in my entire life, so let's just get right into it. First, we're going to start off with the Mana Acceleration, kind of the core of the deck. We see 4 Tangled Florahedron, 2 Catilda, 2 Reclusive Taxidermist, and then a new card, 3 Azusa's Many Journeys. So tell me a little bit about how you came to this split.
So there are in total 11 mana accelerants on turn 2, which is a lot. I think in the first iteration of this deck, I had 4 Azusa's, the Saga, and I just kind of liked the card a lot. Like, it surprised me.
Yeah.
This deck actually has like 30 lands in it total, when you count the modal double face cards. And so like, Tangled Florahedron, it can be a land or it can be a ramp creature. It gives you a lot of flexibility, and it allows you to get off the ground early, which is super important for any deck trying to ramp in this format.
It makes sense that if you have too many of those, if you don't have a land and you're just playing a 2-mana card that doesn't ramp, that can lead to a little bit of awkwardness as well. So this comes to the Mana Acceleration. Now let's see what we're going to ramp into. Let's start with the 3 drops. Maybe not the ideal turn 3 play when you're casting a Mana Acceleration on turn 2, but still some valuable cards. So we got 4 Skyclave Apparition and then 2 Archon of Emeria in the main. Talk to us a little bit about these, Seth.
Yeah, so the 3-drop slots are kind of just like a necessary evil for the format. I don't feel like the Archons are necessarily a core card for the deck. It's basically just there because of runes specifically and how powerful it is for that matchup. And so you're playing a 3-mana 2/3 flyer with a little bit of upside. Not the worst, but then if you play that one matchup, which we kind of expected to be pretty popular, then you have this card that is basically just unbeatable almost, especially game 1 where they're not going to have much removal at all. The 3-drop cards, optimally, you just play a 2-mana ramp card in most matchups, and then you're already on 4 mana, and so then maybe you find a time to get a 3-drop in there. But if you don't have a 2-mana ramp, as sometimes you don't, then you can play a Skyclave, deal with their first threat, and then move forward that way.
Yeah, the bread and butter for these kind of ramp decks is definitely going 2-drop to 4-drop. So let's take a look at the 4-drop because this seems like the bulk of it. Let's start with Key to the Archive. I honestly thought this was a blue card. You know, I've never seen it in a non-blue deck so far. So tell me a little bit about the application with this one in your ramp deck.
Well, yeah, I mean, Key is just kind of a sweet card. I wanted to try it in a bunch of different decks, and I never really tried it outside of Blue-White Control or Is It or something, so we can find these with some of our other big payoff cards, and so actually going from 4 to 6 or 4 to 7 can be really good, right? So you play this on turn 3, now you have 7 mana on turn 4, so like, and there's this trajectory, and then the fact that you just have access to this toolbox of cards is just super sweet. The opponent never knows what to play around from Key to the Archive, and you always get them. Like, maybe I'll find a counter spell, or a Demonic Tutor, or like a Lightning Bolt. Like, you don't know, but like, there's so many good options. Also, even if they kill your Key, we have ways to make, we have the Taxidermist. We've got ways where we can produce other colors of mana, so like, it's not fully necessary to have the Key in play to cast cards that we find off the Key itself. Yeah.
Yeah, I always want to see Demonic Tutor for the one of Legion Angel. It seems like such a sweet play. Then we got Yasharn and Wandering Emperor to wind out the 4-drops. But then let's get to the ramp payoffs. I think the main thing about this deck is you want to be storming the festival, right?
Yeah. So Storm the Festival is just kind of what the deck is built around. Also AO on 5. We've got kind of Storm the Festival is going to allow us to basically look at our top 5 cards and put 2 of them into play. Like, that's basically what it is. And then also we can flash it back. So we've got so much ramp in the deck that you can then get to 10 mana. And it's just kind of this chain of value that it doesn't stop when you cast the first one. Very often get to the point where you're actually flashing it back, and so that's basically almost like a draw 10, like put 4 into play type of effect. Like, it gets to the point where it's pretty good, and I think a lot of people thought that Storm the Festival was just a meme card, like just like casual players, like, you know, fun thing to do. No, like, we're actually showing up to the Neon Dynasty Championship with this card, so it's pretty exciting to be playing that sort of card on this stage, for sure.
Yeah, man, I cannot wait to see you perform with this deck. It is a really sweet one. This has been Seth Manfield playing Selesnya Round.